Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and this channel is all about entrepreneurship and living your best life. And what I wanted to do in today's video was walk you through some of my money rituals. So I'm hugely into manifestation, but I'm also really into practically tracking my progress towards my goals. And these rituals help me in both of those arenas. So I've talked a little bit about my money tracking in a couple of videos, so we're gonna walk through that one as well. But there are a few other little things that I do that really do just help me connect with my financial goals, my money goals, my growth goals, my contribution goals. And I wanted to show you all of those today. So if you did enjoy the video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you are new here, then consider subscribing. So the first one that I have is my money tracking ritual. So this is actually something that I do every single day, and it really is to keep me on track with my monthly financial goals, as well as analyzing my daily income goals. So I'm actually gonna bring you into my computer and I'm gonna walk you through the money tracking spreadsheet that I use. But I also wanted to let you know that I have actually created this into a template. It's very basic, but honestly, the simpler the better. So I've actually left a link where you can sign up and download that template below. So let's jump into my computer and I'll show you my money tracking habit. Okay, so here is my growth tracking spreadsheet. It's extremely basic and simple, and that's why I love it so much. So what you can have a look at here is, this is where I do my daily tracking. So simply what I've done is I've put in a formula to allow my goal to slowly decrease as I put in my daily income amount. So this month my goal was $50,000, and as you can see here, on the first day of the month I made $6,388. On the second day it was $89, $1,600, $3,614, and so on and so forth. And every single time I put a new amount in, this figure down the side will slowly decrease. So say for example tomorrow or today I made $1,000, you can see that that has taken off the total here. Why I like this is because I've put my goal of $50,000 in the top, and ultimately it just shows me what I've still got to achieve. So I know that there's still a week left of this month. Absolutely, I could make another $12,000 if I really put my mind to it. Also at the bottom here, it is tracking the achieved. So simply this is just a formula to show all of these different figures added up together. And then across the top, what I have is my monthly income. So my year that I'm doing is from May 2019 to April 2020. But ultimately on the template that I've created for you, it just goes from January to December. Now you of course can change this for whatever month you start using it. But as you can see, in May this year, I made $39,389. And then ultimately when June is finished, this total amount here I would put in there. So say for example, it was the end of the month now, $37,507. So if I did that, what that's going to do is start adding up this total here. So you could see that if I made no more money this month, for those 2 months, I would have made $76,896. So this is what I use for my daily income goal, my daily income tracking. Ultimately, at the end of the day, to reach $1 million, which is what I'm trying to do, you need to reach around $83,000 a month. So that is ultimately what I'm trying to work up. I have been gravitating around probably around $50,000 to $40,000 every single month for the past quite a few months now. So it's definitely time for me to kick it up. And this is a really good way to see how you're tracking and how you're progressing towards your goals. The next thing that I love to do for money rituals is EFT tapping. So EFT is a emotional freedom technique, which what it actually really does is help to move stagnant beliefs and energies out of the meridian points in the body, which will help you start believing in your goals and your abilities to achieve things more. Now that's probably a terrible explanation of it, and the EFT experts are gonna be like, what the hell, man? But honestly, if you are interested in this, I would definitely go do some more research yourself. But basically what it is repeating some mantras or just some sentences as you're tapping on particular parts of the body. So I'm just going through and showing you the places that you would tap. Basically what I do is I really like to watch this guy on YouTube. His name's Brad Yates. So he has some amazing tapping classes, I guess you could say, or tapping videos. But ultimately what I do is I just tap along with him. Now I'm not going to show you exactly because obviously for copyright reasons I can't put his video in my video, but I'm going to leave him and the particular one that I love to do linked below. But tapping just really helps me feel so much more connected to actually being able to achieve my financial goals and uncovering any blocks that I have that hold me back from achieving them. My next thing is, and this one may seem a little weird, and honestly I don't really have a scientific explanation for this. This is just something that has really helped me and I've done for the past couple of years, is I actually have what's called a money bowl. So basically this is just a tiny little bowl that in here I actually have all of my goals. Now not all of these are financial goals, some of them are health goals, some of them are contribution goals, but ultimately what else is in here is a whole bunch of money and crystals. Now I guess this is just like a little ritual to bring good luck and good fortune towards me, but ultimately at the end of the day what I do is I make sure that I have this bowl with all of my goals in it, and I go and I actually do a meditation and check through my goals about every 6 months. It's not even something I do regularly. Also, when the full moon does come, I like to put this out because the crystals inside the actual bowl get charged by the full moon. Again, I know this is a little bit more of a woo spiritual tip, but it's rather than just me having my goals in a notebook or having my goals on my phone, I think it's really important to A, write down your goals, but putting them in this really high vibe bowl with all of these other little trinkets and I guess like crystals and money. It just helps me to just feel like there's some magic behind me actually achieving goals. Again, I really don't know if there's any sort of like scientific explanation for this, but for me it's just a really nice little ritual that I do every 6 months, and it helps me to reconnect with my goals and have them in a place that I really do feel is energetically charged. So the next exercise that I do, and actually this is another one that I did get from Brad Yates, the man who does the EFT tapping, is actually just handling cash. So a lot of the time we have fears and limitations around money, and something that really can bring them to the surface is the physical act of handling cash. So there's about $6,000 here. What I do sometimes is I will just count this money, or I will just hold this money and look at this money. And basically what I will do is I will just really try to think of any limitations and fears that are coming up around the cash itself. And then what I will do is I will go into my journal and I will try to work through them. A lot of the times this actually really works in the positive as well, because just having a lot of money really raises my vibration and my frequency towards the feeling of actually having money. It's really different when it's just sitting in your bank account or even sitting on your tracking spreadsheet. You know, it doesn't actually feel like physical money, it's just numbers on a page, but there's something about having physical cash that actually makes me feel wealthier and richer. And so I really like the cash handling for both of those two reasons, uncovering blocks and raising my frequency towards that of actual wealth. And then something I also do when I am journaling through my blocks and limitations is I also do the 5x5 method. So this is actually where you just write lines 55 times for 5 days. I actually did this just before I reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm now doing it about being a happy millionaire. But I really like this journaling practice. It's something that I heard from Jake Ducey, I believe. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that's another really good thing that you can use, not just for achieving wealth, but achieving any goal that you have, because it puts the focus and attention onto that goal. So that is it, guys. That is my manifestation, money, habits, and rituals. I'd love to hear from you if you have any manifesting money rituals of your own, or which of these you feel most connected to. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video.